Live, the news you count on. Gulf Coast News at 3 on NBC.
Take a look at the current temperatures as we warm up a little bit from those record-breaking cold temperatures earlier. Thank you so much for counting on Gulf Coast News. I'm Megan Miller.
And I'm Alex Howard. Let's go right out to our Gulf Coast meteorologist, Sarah Blue. It is still pretty cold outside. I stepped out around lunchtime, and it's got that chill still in the air.
I'm not going outside unless I have to.
Hey, me neither. It's really cold. I think I had at least 3 layers on when I came into work this morning. But I mean, look how cold it was around sunrise. Both Punta Gorda and Naples broke some records. Punta Gorda taking a trip down to the 30s. Today is really a story about the numbers. It is very cold, and we are expecting more cold temperatures through the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine out there, so that is the one silver lining. I'm keeping a very close eye on our temperature in Fort Myers. Right now, it's 60. We're teetering right on the edge of potentially setting a new record cold high temperature, so the coldest that the afternoon has been on record. The record right now, 62. I think we may bump up to about 63. I do expect record breaks in Punta Gorda and in Naples as well. It's going to be cold and windy. The wind conditions have prompted a red flag warning as well. That stretches all across the Gulf Coast, signaling fire danger. I'll explain what you need to know about that and how to keep yourself safe. That's in a few minutes.
And the cold weather isn't great for beach businesses, but look at this. Some people are embracing the chill, windsurfing, or maybe just taking a quick dip in the Gulf. Gulf Coast News reporter Gina Tomlinson is live on Fort Myers Beach right now, where it's a quieter day with some people staying inside. You look all bundled up, Gina.
Yeah, but it's actually a lot warmer than it was this morning, but it's still chilly enough to wear a coat. And behind me, Times Square, it isn't exactly popping, but there are people here trying to have a good time in this cold. In the beach, you can say there's definitely more birds than there is people today, but the cold isn't scaring everyone away from the water. You can see this guy, shirtless, fearless, and visiting from Maine. Dive under the water like it was July.
Spitting snow the other day where we live. Any chance to get in the water is a good day.
With today's low temps, water sport businesses closed up shop, jet skis stayed parked on the sand, and beach chairs stacked up. And while Salty Sam's Marina closed their boat rentals for the day due to the cold, one crew still set sail. It's Pirate Cruise. They had about 50 passengers bundled in sweatshirts, dancing their way through the cold front.
Today was a little cold and windy at the same time.
I'm borrowing a jacket from my mother-in-law. We had to borrow a little bit of clothing items. We were prepped for, I would say, 90 degrees and sunny, if you will. So threw us for a curveball today, but we had the best time ever on the Pirate Cruise.
So if you're wondering how cold is too cold for beach fun, apparently Southwest Florida is still warmer than Illinois or Maine. I'm live here on Fort Myers Beach. Gina Tomlinson, Gulf Coast News.
And look at this. It's really happening. The cold air had some iguanas falling from trees this morning. A viewer in Port Charlotte took this video. It's normal for iguanas to get stunned from the cold and fall. They perk up when temperatures warm up, so don't get too close if you see one on the ground like this.
We have breaking news. Multiple people across the Gulf Coast and the state of Florida have been reporting seeing a fireball soaring across the sky today. This is video from Drew McKinley in Northport. One person on the Gulf Coast also reported seeing this fireball from Fort Myers along Daniels and Metro Parkway. Right now, it's not known if this was a meteor or some kind of space junk re-entering the atmosphere, but we're working to find out.
More breaking news. Look at this new video of smoke and flames pouring from a home on Bokeelia. 2 cars and a house caught fire this morning. It happened on Judith Road east of Stringfellow Road. Gulf Coast News reporter Kennedy Mason is live there right now. And Kennedy, you talked to the family who escaped thanks to a neighbor?
Jack Rovaldia tells us his wife and his 2 dogs were able to get out of their home safely this morning. You can see that damage to the top left corner of the house, and the side of the house is also charred. Those 2 cars are totaled, and the state fire marshal is here investigating right now. Jack, a veteran of 36 years, says he's grateful to be alive on this Veterans Day.
We're alive and You know, that's the important thing. And I think most of our stuff was saved, so we're lucky that way. The good Lord takes care of us, so I have a lot of faith in him.
The Pine Island Matlacha Fire Chief tells us that the call came in around 10 this morning as a car fire. Jack says he went downstairs to warm up the car on this cold day. He ran upstairs to grab a hat, and that's when he saw his car smoking. He says he was heading back upstairs to get his wife Jan, and then he saw his car burst into flames. The fire quickly spread to the rest of the house on Judith Lane. Jack tells us that one of his neighbors ran inside the house to save Jan and their 2 dogs. Now, Jack says that they cannot live in the house right now, although they have been several neighbors who have come up to Jack and Jan today offering their homes, and a local restaurant, Eagles Next, actually came by to give them food today. And when I asked them why all of this love for the both of them, they said this is just what the Pine Island Bokeelia community does. I'm live on Bokeelia, Kennedy Mason, Gulf Coast News.
Kennedy, thank you. And a reminder that the Midpoint Bridge in Lee County is closing in a few hours, so you'll have to find another route between Cape Coral and the city of Fort Myers. This is a live look of our FDOT camera at the Midpoint Bridge. Traffic moving smoothly right now, but this is going to be closed from 6 to 9 tonight, and that is a busy bridge. That's for the Midpoint Madness Veterans Day 5K. Runners and walkers will take on the cold temperatures to show appreciation for those who served our country. One man says he'll enjoy this Veterans Day from home, appreciating what they did.
Looking forward just having the day to enjoy. Thank you for your service.
The temperatures should be warmer during the race tonight, but you may still want to bring a jacket.
Collier County deputies arrested a man who they say drove 101 miles per hour with a baby and toddler in the car. Deputies caught Roldis Mercado Sunday morning with a baby, a toddler, his wife and grandmother all inside the car. This happened along State Road 29 between Farm Workers Village and Transgrove Curve. A reminder, anyone caught going over 100 is automatically arrested for breaking the super speeder law. Lewiston police arrested 2 people who they say were hiding in an AutoZone parking lot despite the business being closed. Police say they arrested Oscar Sanchez and Danerick Pope. They saw them during a traffic stop near US 27 and South Lopez Street. They noticed the suspects trying to hide in the parking lot and say they ran off. Both were caught near the Green Tree Apartments and are now facing charges.
Today, people across the Gulf Coast honored local veterans for their sacrifices and service to our country. A field of American flags at Lashley Park in Punta Gorda was the site today in Charlotte County, and there are 1,000 flags placed there in a beautiful scene for our vets. And now to Cambier Park in Naples. Gulf Coast News reporter Alexa Velez is at the Veterans Memorial there, where veterans were being honored today.
Dozens of families, veterans, and local officials got together for this chilly Veterans Day ceremony here at Cambier Park. Behind me, you can see the flags at half-staff, and next to me, this wreath placed to honor those who served our country. Bundled up against the cold, people filled Cambier Park for Naples' annual Veterans Day ceremony, hosted by the Collier County Veterans Council. There were prayers, patriotic music, a wreath-laying ceremony, and messages of gratitude for our service members, veterans, and their families.
More important for us to care for one another than to wave some flag that perhaps doesn't mean anything.
From children to those who've served across generations, many say today is about remembering sacrifice and keeping this tradition alive.
My father was in Germany and grandparents, so we were a military family, so I'm just honoring family and friends that I know.
The Veterans Council wants to remind people that thank you for your service should extend beyond just one day a year.
There's an ongoing battle with all veterans throughout the nation, but we are able to help locally. We continually connect to new veterans who are in need.
Reporting in Naples, I'm Alexa Velez, Gulf Coast News.
The Veterans History Museum in Collier County celebrated its grand opening today with a new name, a new location, and revamped exhibits. The museum is inside the Collier County Museum building off Tamiami Trail East. It features artifacts and stories from every major U.S. conflict since the Revolutionary War, including things like uniforms, medals, and a flag with only 34 stars from the Civil War. Veterans serve as guides, sharing not just the history, but what it felt like to live through war.
This is all history. We are free today. We enjoy our freedom, what we want to do, because we're standing on the backs of the people that used all this stuff, that wore these uniforms, that drove these ships. We stand on their shoulders. We're here.
Local veterans involved in the project say they still have about 10,000 items in storage. The museum is free to visit and open Tuesday through Saturday with rotating exhibits and programs planned throughout the year.
The government shutdown appears to have an end in sight. Ahead at 3:30, we'll be explaining the next steps as House lawmakers return to Washington, D.C.
And lots of people get sick every year from the flu, but next at 3, why flu cases overseas are causing concern right now in the U.S.